God to look down and just look down on me. Amen. I'm going to give honor to God, who is the head of my life. I also want to give honor to the great superintendent, my grandfather's friend, Superintendent William E. from God bless you, sir. I also want to give honor and respect to the district missionary of this here district, Missionary Kanita Smith. Good to see you. You are a walking miracle. Y'all sound like y'all love y'all district missionary. I said she's a walking miracle. For your healing. I also want to give honor to the pastor of my church, Pastor Alfonso B. Hawkins of the Divine Love Christian Center, and First Lady Marty L. Hawkins, also of the Divine Love Christian Center. I'm just tired. I just want to, everybody's looking at me. I'm 27. I love the Lord. I'm a new elder. Don't I look good? All right, now we got all that out the way. Now can we go to a word of God? Amen. But before we go there, I just want to pull on the Holy Ghost. Can we just stand for a moment of prayer? And so the Bible says, enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. And so before you get to the throne room, which is behind those two gates, you first got to enter with some thanks. So can we just take a moment to give God some thanks? And can we just take a moment to open our mouth and give God some glory? Can we just take a moment to open our mouth and say, thank you, God. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for breath in our body. Thank you for the food in our belly. Thank you for the gas in our gas tank. Thank you for the safety at our schools. Thank you for a right mind. Can we just take a couple seconds and say thank you before we ask you for anything? Can we thank you for the shoes on our feet? Can we thank you for the life in our body? Can we thank you for our sight and the activities of our limbs? Don't get tired. Don't get tired. Y'all be fooling all day. But can we just take a couple moments just to worship our God and worship your God like he's done something for you? You come into this place now, God. I ask that you be in the word, oh God. I submit to you, oh God. I decrease that you may increase. I was humble vessel unto you, God. Anoint these lips of clay, God. In the name of Jesus, we do pray. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Amen. Amen. You may be seated. You may be seated. Also, I always do this, and I always have to apologize. I want to give honor and respect. She will pray for this for the aspiring missionary, Shakita Burkholder. This is my best friend, y'all. She travels with me everywhere I go. We just celebrate for all right. That's great. Thank you. God bless you. We'll be coming from Genesis, the 37th chapter, starting at the 18th. Verse. This might be a familiar story. It's Youth Sunday. Amen. I love the youth. Yeah. They all disappear. Oh, they all should listen. I got a word for you. Amen. 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 I got a word for you. Genesis, the 37th chapter, starting at the 18th verse, says that when they saw Joseph from afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said to one another, behold, this dreamer cometh. Now therefore, and let us slay him and cast him into the pit. And we will say, some evil beast have devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. And it came to pass when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. And they sat down to eat bread. And they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said to his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. And we'll stop here. The 28th says, then there passed the Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted Joseph up out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt. Can you just take a moment and look at your neighbor as I give my title and say, the push didn't kill me. The pit didn't break me, and I'm headed to the palace. Can you look at your other neighbor and say, the push didn't kill me, the pit didn't break me, and I'm headed to the palace. If I could just give a little background information on this. Some of you guys might know Joseph, but I never want to assume. But in this text, we find that Joseph is a 70-year-old boy who was loved by his father more than his brothers. His father took a special interest in him because he was his son of his old age. So Joseph had the pleasure of being educated, and he was given a coat of many colors. Now for this cause, we find that Joseph's brothers absolutely despised him. They hated Joseph, because they came before Joseph, but all of a sudden Joseph got all the blessings of the father. He was the special one. He was what we call the golden child. See, but what they didn't know is that Joseph didn't want all the exceptions that his father was giving him. He wanted to tend the sheep with his brother. But neither party knew how each other felt. But God knew that he was preparing Joseph for a greater purpose. Joseph didn't know that he was getting all that he needed to get, because he was getting ready to save his people. Can I just tell you that sometimes the things that we endure and the things that we cannot participate in and the things that we long to participate in, we just can't do it because God has something in this present moment in time that he is preparing in the long run. So no, you can't go to the club. No, you can't go to that party. No, you can't smoke that weed. No, you can't drink that alcohol. Why? Because God has something for you on the other side of this. So you have to stay consecrated and set apart to be used for God's greater purpose. So sometimes, young people, I know, I'm a preacher's kid myself, you just have to be okay with not going with the crowd or being in the circle or being Mr. and Miss Popular in the school, or you just have to realize that you're being set apart to be used for a greater purpose. So can I just fast forward in the story? Joseph had a series of dreams that his brothers would bow down before him. And that just irked his brothers' nerves even the more. And that's why they conspired to kill him. And so I love reading the text here. I don't know why God had to read the text in a special way, but I just read stuff just naturally. But it says that, I love this part, that they saw him from afar off. And they said, here comes the dreamer. I just love this because when we first find it, they saw him coming. So you got to be so right in God that the enemy can see you coming. You got to be so pure in your heart that the devil can see you from afar off. Not only are you watching them, but they are watching you. You got to see them coming. And not only did they see him coming, they recognized who he was. They recognized Joseph as the dreamer. So you got to know who you are in God, so they can, when you walk up, they say, here comes Tyler, the saved elder, or here comes Tyler, the saved praiser, or here comes Tyler, the prayer, or here comes Tyler, the dreamer. You got to know who you are in God and stop letting the devil walk up on you, but walk up on him. I just want the enemy to say, here comes Tyler. That's what I want. Y'all got to understand it. We live such a defeated life, and we blame everything on the devil. So why you let the devil punch you so much? When are you going to punch back? Why you let the devil creep up in your house? When you going to go to his house and disturb his peace and disturb his joy, and delight yourself in God in his house. Stop letting the devil take so much pride over you. I serve a good God. And at the very name of Jesus, every knee shall bow and every tongue must confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. I want that person to see the Jesus in me and say, why have you come to torment me so early? What are you doing? I want you to let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. Glorify your Father, which art in heaven. See, we got to finish that. So let's keep going. So they wanted to kill Joseph. But Judah, I love this too. Judah means praise, right? Judah said, no, we're not going to kill him. We're going to put him in the pit. But see, that's a message all by itself. My praise said no. Y'all missed it. They were going to kill Joseph, but Judah, being the praiser, said no. My praise saved my life. When I was in this pit, my praise saved my life. When I was in despair, my praise saved my life. You got to understand that my praise changes things. It's my praise. I love it. I'm going to preach that. Woo, my praise said no. But we find that Joseph didn't kill him, but they pushed him into the pit. So sometimes, like Joseph, we are pushed into a pit. People will push you out of anger. They'll push you out of spite. They'll push you out of being petty. They'll push you out of jealousy. People are not always going to like what you do. They're not always going to like who you are. They will scheme to push you into a pit. But I stopped by New Vision Christian Center at 254 North Academy Boulevard to let you know that the push won't kill you. They can push as much as they want, but you won't die. And sometimes I feel like it's not about the push. It might not be the fact that you push me. Sometimes it's the fact that who pushed you. It's not a good feeling to be pushed by family. It's not always good to be pushed by blood. It's not always good to be pushed by the church. It's not always good to be pushed by your close friends. But you know what? Even that push, it can't kill you. It's not about where they push you. Sometimes it's about who push you, but that can't kill you either. The laws of physics tell us that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So my question to you, New Vision, is when you get pushed, how are you going to react? When you get pushed, how are you going to respond? Too many of us want to dignify the push with a solid cuss out. I mean a solid one. Some of us know how to cuss more than we know how to pray. And I know because I used to be one of them. So I can't dignify that push with a solid cuss out. Or some of us are ready to throw these hands. We like to fight. And some of us who can't fight, we call on Pookie and Lil Ray Ray and Cousin Pete. I'm going to call my big brother and he's going to beat you up. I'm going to let you know that's the wrong response to the push. It's the wrong response. How are you going to respond to the push? Too many of us will cower. We curl up into a ball and we just want to cry and we back down. But that's the wrong response to the push. The opposite reaction to a negative is a positive. That's why y'all in physics. It's going to help you out. So the enemy thought that he pushed you down and you fell, but he actually propelled you into your future. He pushed you to your demise, but he actually pushed you to your destiny. He thought he pushed you to the point of no return, but it was actually the beginning of your ministry. When he said that I can't, Philippians 4:13 says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When he said that I am not, Romans 8:37 said that I am more than a conqueror through him that loves us. In this fight with the devil, you got to learn the right response he pushed, the more I pray. The more he pushed, the more I worship. The more he pushed, the deeper I go in God. The more he pushed, the more I thirst after God. The more he pushed, the more I praise, because the push can't kill me. Not only will they push you, but they will try and find a pit, and not just a pit. See, I love the word because it's so specific in what it says. It said a dry pit, which means that they knew of many other pits, which means they knew the land, they knew the layout. They said, we're going to use this dry one with no water in it. Everybody's not happy about your success. Everybody's not happy about where you are. So they have to scheme to bring you down. And not to just bring you down, but we're going to bring you down to a dry place. So that tells me that this particular pit that they are speaking of wasn't the only pit that they knew of. So you got to know that people are strategic in trying to kill who you are. People are strategic in trying to scandalize your name. People are strategic in trying to bring you down. You can't post everything on Facebook. I love Facebook. I love Twitter. I love Kike. I love Snapchat. I love GroupMe. I love FaceTime. I love all social media. But I cannot post everything and stop giving the devil so much ammo to kill your name. When are you going to go to his camp and disturb his peace? They thought the push would kill you, but in case the push didn't kill you, they set you up to fall into a dry pit. So you may feel like you're in a drought. I'm almost done. Not wrong with it, preaching. You may feel like you're in a drought. You may feel like you're in despair. You may be in a financial crisis. You may not have made the football team. You may have got rejected from the college. You may have not gotten that scholarship. You may not be the popular person at school. You may not be Miss Glamorous and Mr. Fine. But I want to let you know something. That just because it's a dry pit, you don't have to die in that pit. One thing I know for sure is that you cannot let the pit break who you are. If the push can't kill me, the pit can't break me. It may seem dark, it may seem cold, it may seem lonely, it may seem boring, it may seem shivering cold. I may have lost my mind, I may not can see, but I just want to let you know something. That the longer I sat in the pit, I began to think on Philippians 4 and 8, which states that I'm supposed to think on those things that are good, that are lovely, that are just, that are kind. I began to sow seeds of encouragement. What am I saying? I'm saying that I sat in this pit all by myself. It was dark. It was lonely. It was cold. I was by myself. I looked up and all I saw was the sky. But when I looked around, it was nothing but rocks, nothing but sand. But I began to deep down inside myself, and I had to sow seeds. I began to get in the dirt. It says I am more than a conqueror. I can't live through this. He'll never leave me nor forsake me. It's a dry pit, but I can sow seeds. You might say, Elder Tyler, why are you sowing dry seeds in some dry soil? But my Bible tells me that weeping may endure for a night. And the Bible says that I'm going to have to cry sometimes. And since I have to cry, I might as well cry over my seed. I might as well cry over the things that I planted. Because that's more that the more I sit there and the more that I cry, weeping may endure just for a night. But morning comes when I realize that I can look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. So I'm sitting in my pit and it seems dark and I'm watching him grow. scriptures, as the scripture has said it, and out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. I found another source of water to grow my seeds. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And so I began to speak life. Life in my home, life on my job, life in my school, life in my family. The dry pit is no longer dry. I began to think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me. And that's so the thing that keeps me happy in the name of Jesus. Yeah. What did Paul say? Paul said, I think myself happy. And to think that God brought me out, that he brought me through this, and he brought me through that. So I don't have to die in this thing. I don't have to die. I don't have to die. You don't have to stay there. I'm telling you today, speak life over your situation. Don't die in the pit. Don't die in the season. Don't die in the storm. You don't have to die in your current circumstance. You can live. And the power of the tongue. I dare you today to speak life into that dead thing. You can speak to that situation. You can speak to your finances. You can speak to your health. And they can live. They shall live. They shall live. Yes, I was pushed. Yes, I was pushed. Yes, I was in the pit. But it didn't kill me, and it didn't break me. I still have my sanity. I'm coming out of this thing. I gotta keep going. I'm almost done, Superintendent. Can I have 2 more minutes? I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. But I just want to let you know that when they pulled Joseph out, they sold him into slavery to the Ishmaelites, right? But if you keep reading through the story, Joseph, he ended up in the palace. It doesn't matter what they do. It don't matter how hard they push. It don't matter where they push. It doesn't matter about the pit. Yes, I was there. Yes, I lived there. Yes, I dwelt there. But God reached down and he pulled me out, and I'm on my way to the palace. I'm on my way to victory. I'm on my way to overcoming. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. It doesn't matter because he went from his brother to the slavers, and they gave him hell over hell over hell. But no matter much hell that you go through, on the other side of it, there is a palace. My Father went away to prepare a place for me. And when I get there, I'm going to tell the Lord, I didn't die there. I didn't stay there. I didn't dwell there. The push didn't kill you. Well, the push didn't kill you. Wow. The push didn't kill you. I had to pray until something happened. I had to prophesy until something happened. I had to praise until something happened. I had to be who I am until something happened. The push didn't kill me. The pit didn't break me. I still have my right mind. I still know who I am. I know who I am in God. I know who I am in this earth. My name is Tyler A. Lewis. I'm 5'5", 213 pounds of melanated glory. I know who I am. I know that I'm supposed to be. I am anointed. I am saved. I am sanctified. I am who I am. You got to know who you are so you don't die. Don't die in the pit. Don't die in the pit. Don't die in the hospital either. You can come out of this thing. You can come out with your hands up. I eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, and neither has it entered into the hearts of men the things that God has in store for you. Don't die there.
Wow.
Don't die there. We have to go through things sometimes. We have to dwell in things sometimes. We have to cry sometimes. My heart hurts sometimes. Sometimes I get bullied at school. Sometimes my test is too hard. Sometimes I'm not liked in the classroom. Sometimes I'm not liked on my job. Sometimes I'm not liked by my family. And yes, it hurts. And yes, they're pushing me. And yes, I feel the pain. Yes, I'm jerking. Yes, I got whiplash. But I just want to tell you something. That no matter how hard they push, the opposite reaction of a push. Woo! I just flash forward into my future. I flash forward into who I am. It don't matter. It don't matter. And when they push you, the pit. See, the beautiful part about that is he didn't just end up in the pit. He had to fall there. Sometimes you got to fall before God. Sometimes you got to fall before the throne of grace. Sometimes you have to lay prostrate. Sometimes you have to fall and lay out and say, God, here I am. It's a drought. But God, here I am. It's tough. But God, here I am. Here I am, Lord. With a contrite heart and a contrite spirit.
Thank you, Lord.
The pit might be dry. It might be a rough season. It might seem like winter. It seems cold. And it's covered. And you can't see nothing but white. But underneath all that snow,
Thank you,
what
Lord.
the roots do? Which way do they go? We got to learn how to go down on our knees. That's the way that we can grow. Sometimes we have to bring ourselves down. Yeah, you might be the football star. Yeah, you might be the baddest chick at the school. But I tell you one thing. You better humble yourself before God does. You don't want God to humble you. God humbled me. Worst experience of my life. But the greatest outcome of my life. Because here I am. I'm walking in who I'm called to be. I'm walking in who I'm supposed to be. We worry too much about what's going on. If Joseph never professed his dream, if Joseph never would have said what he saw, he would have never ended up in Egypt. In the end, those people that talked about him, his brothers that despised him, his family that thought he was crazy, they had to come to Joseph and ask him for help. So yeah, they might do it, but they still aren't doing it. So you got to let go. And you have to grow. It don't seem like it's a dry pit, but God gave us some natural water. Sometimes we think that our tears are necessary. But they're necessary for the seeds that you have planted. What are you planting in your life? What are you listening to? What are you professing? What are you putting in the atmosphere? What are you reading? What are you studying? What is going on the inside? My dad sings a song that says everything in you has to come out. So whatever's in you, at some point in time, it has to come out. And I don't know about you, but in my worst day, I want my yes, Lord, to come out. Because there's something about a yes, Lord, down on the inside of you. Sometimes you don't know what to do, and you don't know what to say. And it may feel like things are just so hard, and it might break. But a yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, I'll do. Yes, Lord, I'll say it. Yes, Lord, I'll see it. Yes, Lord, I'll have it. Yes, Lord, I'll walk. Yes, Lord, I'll talk. Yes, Lord, I'll be. Yes, Lord, I'll touch. Yes, Lord, I'll say.
Thank you, Lord.
Sometimes we put ourselves in the pit. That's a different message. Your disobedience puts yourself in a pit. When all you have to say was, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I leave you with this thought. If the push can't kill you, stay right there. And if the pit can't break you, what's at the promise?
Come on now.
Pharaoh's palace, y'all, was half of Egypt. What's in there? And why does one man have so much? But my God, he said he has the cattle on 1,000 hills, which means he never runs short. So what's at the palace for me? I don't know, but I'm striving to get there. And while I'm striving to get there, I can still enjoy the pleasures of this earth, of this world. I don't have to die to live a happy life.
That's right.
I don't have to die.
You're right.
Yes, sir.
I can enjoy this world
Yes.
with God.
Thank you.
With God.
Thank you, Lord.
I just want to encourage your heart and just tell you that the push, it can't kill you.
Yes, sir.
The pit, it can't break you. And when you come out of this, listen to a song that said, if God has to reach way down, Jesus will pick you up. And when he picks you up, hold your head held high, walk in who you are, walk as you are, and walk who you're supposed to be, and make your way to the palace. God bless you. Does someone leave here? Anybody that desires prayer on today? Anybody that knows that they're in a pit, they're in a dry situation, and they understand that, you know what, I don't have to stay here. I don't have to dwell here. I can come out of this. And when I come out of this, got my hands up. My hands are lifted. Is there one? No?